What's up, everybody? It's your boy Verdict here, and thank you so much for stopping by. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a different intro to, what I usually do. Now, I just finished watching the developer commentary, and I'm going to cover all of the Woosa and Maegu news we got for the Awakenings, because this is what we're kind of mostly excited about from the entire documentary. And I want you to know just a couple of things. None of what I said is really definitive. It's just an opinion based, and not just that. It is really just understanding the situation and trying to rather interpret the situation based on what we saw. And it's an attempt to understand not just the Woosa Awakening, but also the Maegu stuff that we also got a little bit teased at the end. I will probably digest this in 2 more videos anyways, but still, what this video is just my live reaction. I hope you guys enjoy. I will do the other 2 videos very soon, so stay tuned. And yeah, guys, love you to death. Mwah. See you soon. Finally, something!
Woosa's Awakening, which I'm sure many of our adventurers are all waiting for.
Oh, come on, finally! I was about to fall asleep. I was playing my seasonal.
Maegu, we wanted to create something even better. We have kept some of their original animations intact, but we have also made some significant changes. As such, their update schedule was inevitably pushed back. While developing Awakening Woosa, we put a lot of thought into how to bring a uniqueness to the character.
Oh, now you did!
The Such on Flower Garden, one of the folk tales in Korea, and decided it would be a fitting motive. This motive was manifested and implemented into Awakening Woosa. The Such on Flower Garden is one of the places in the afterlife where the souls of the dead gather. At first, we worried that this would be difficult to convey. We incorporated the unnamed flowers and spirits of Netherworld, along with the moon of the night sky that Woosa came to represent the outer world. Luckily, the result was more impressive than we'd initially imagined. Like this, Awakening Woosa gained a new sense of individuality. We will continue our introduction with a video we prepared of Awakening Woosa.
Nice! Okay. Alright.
Hyun, the more you try
My name is Hyun.
to erase your bloodlines, the clearer they become. And the more you try to forget them, the greater your longing grows.
Though you walk down different paths, your fate, preordained by the heavens, will lead you both to one enlightenment.
Are you ready to face each other?
Bro, like, I love this fucking book so much. Oh, my eyes are watering. Dude. This is so good. Oh my god, I knew it. Oh, I didn't know it. Dude. Oh, this is so good, man. I really wanted a little bit of...
seeing our twin sisters for the first time, let me give you a brief explanation. These sisters are fundamentally rivals to each other. One is affiliated with the Woosa school, and the other, the Jado school. They are like the Jedi and Sith in Star Wars, with different martial arts training methods and conflicting ideologies that set them at odds. You can see the younger sister, Woosa of the Woosa school, as the Jedi, and the older sister, Maegu of the Jado school, as the Sith. Last December, we uploaded The Tale of Two Twins to our official Black Desert YouTube.
I will stop this to say it like this. Even though we see her as the Jedi, it's actually Woosa that is the evil one. Because Woosa fights against chaos, when chaos is the natural, I would say, lack of order of things. Essentially, everything is supposed to be just engulfed in chaos, while Maegu, on the other hand, is embracing chaos. She is, by definition, taking chaos and being its manifest. That is, essentially think of Woosa as... Woosa is the desire for life, but life feeds on itself, while Maegu is the desire of death, which cannot exist against life. In essence, both of these are kind of like the yin and yang into the Japanese folklore or the Chinese folklore of yin and yang. It's pretty much the two things. It's like the moon and the sun. It's like the two wolves in the Scandinavian mythos. It is exactly like this. This is their motif. It's one cannot exist without the other, vice versa, even though they can be perceived in a different way. This is kind of what is going on with Woosa and Maegu. So let's go.
Listening to this audiobook will give you much greater insight into their relationship. As Woosa progresses through her awakening quest, she has a profound realization and encounters a mighty spirit. As a result, she can draw power from the Seocheon Flower Garden, a realm of the afterlife in Korean mythology.
Essentially what I said about the afterlife, it's one that is believes in a different nature of itself, but then turns out that it's not like this. I know this didn't make a lot of sense, but what I'm saying is essentially she believes in something a lot different, but in truth what her beliefs are the exact just engulfed epitome of the afterlife. It's essentially she is countering what Maegu is. And think of them, it's like a cross. They start at both ends, and once their awakenings they pretty much switch up. It makes like this absolute cross. It's very cool. It's a motif used multiple times in gaming.
The bright moon gracefully rising above a pristine puddle, the flowers that bloom in all directions, the spirits that emerge from the books she clasps in her left hand, and the calligraphy she writes with the brush in her right hand. All of these represent the inner nature of Woosa. Woosa has always emphasized the power of humanity, diligently honing her inner self.
What I said earlier, it is the need for life, it is humanity, it is exactly this. I love this, man. Like, it's insane.
And accumulating knowledge. Due to these principles, she used to criticize her sister Maegu for drawing power from external sources such as...
They keep on saying it. Like, what I mean by this is, they will probably say something about, essentially, think of it like this. Maegu in general they'll probably mention something along the lines. This is live, by the way, as you can see, it's live over here with the chat. I'm not returning this. Essentially, I believe what they will say is that Maegu will embrace the cleansing death. Essentially, think of this like the Foxfire spirit. The Foxfire in its own is really the start motif of the Phoenix. It is essentially rebirth through fire, and on her end is essentially cleansing humanity for rebirth. That's the counter to Woosa. She is literally, what Maegu is literally, I will trigger death for a new start. That's kind of the motif. Maybe they'll say something similar.
Spirits. Play through Woosa's awakening quest to discover firsthand what kind of spiritual being Woosa encountered that ultimately led her to acknowledge and accept divine power.
The weapon's appearance will not be a charm, but rather will look much like a book. We believe that if we weave the charms together into the form of a book, the imagery would amplify Woosa's elegant and serene demeanor.
I love that.
For her
I love
outfit,
Woosa's demeanor.
our aim was to give Woosa, embodying the essence of the Seocheon Flower Garden, the allure of an aristocratic figure. We drew inspiration from the attire worn by officials during ancestral rites in the Joseon dynasty, with the formal attire known as wonsam also worn by high-ranking officials to further enhance our identity as a representative of the Woodo school and a princess. The shoulder piece symbolizes flowers blooming at Gwangcheon Lake, while the lantern adorning her waist conveys the feeling of guiding spirits.
The combat style for Awakening Woosa is a hybrid with a focus on mid-range combat.
Essentially,
One
it's
of the most distinctive features
the motif
is the
of
ability for
Succession
Woosa
Maegu.
to wield flowers. These flowers serve as summons that bloom and perform various roles to assist Woosa when she utilizes her skills. Allow me to introduce one of Awakening Woosa's main skills, called Moonlit Blast. It is a skill where the flowers summoned around Woosa explode, causing AoE damage. Upon light water effect spreads across the ground. This symbolizes the boundary between the mortal realm and the afterlife. Moreover, the water is illuminated by the moon, evoking an image of the night sky. This displays how our worlds are intertwined by reflecting the night sky in the afterlife above the Seocheon Flower Garden. Next, we have a skill that embodies Awakening Woosa's combat style called Floral Burst. Floral burst creates small seeds in front of Woosa that blossom into flowers after a short duration,
This is
dealing
so interesting.
significant damage in the area. Next is the skill called Sochon Field. When used, small flowers bloom at the targeted location. These flowers work like mines. When someone approaches them, they explode to inflict big damage. Between the timed skill and the mines, you can get creative and dominate the battlefield. Planting flowers along the path you anticipate your enemies to follow can create openings for you. You can also
That's actually
confuse
nice.
your
That's absolutely
opponents by
great.
inflicting damage at unexpected timings while performing regular attacks. The next main skill is Mark of the Moon. This skill is presented with the concept of a flower of the afterlife.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
When using this skill, it inflicts damage to enemies in front and leaves a mark on a target. Summoned flowers then pursue the marked target to claim its soul, and explode after a certain period to inflict damage.
That's absolutely
In PvE,
amazing.
it can be utilized as the main damage skill, while in PvP, it can be used to track enemies and deal damage.
I like this.
Also, the Mark of the Moon effect is meant to appear like a record of the ones destined for the underworld. To visually represent this concept, we incorporated hunger into the skill effects. Despite being a formidable skill, we strive to make it elegant with hunger woven into
You
Woosa's
have done
unique
a great
and graceful
job.
movements. I believe explanation alone may not be enough, so we prepared a combat video.
All right,
Let's
all
take a
right.
look.
Let's go. I love this motif. Man. It's like... Oh, this is 100. Her defensiveness. I love this. I love this so much. This has got to be 200%. Wow, man. Wow.
This is the older sister
그녀는
Maegu.
어린 시절엔
As a
동생과
child, she
함께
was part of the
우도방
Woodo school
소속이었던
along with her
만큼
younger
구체를
sister,
들었던
and she
적이
used to
있었습니다.
wield a fan.
하지만 우도방의 수련
However, she
방식에는
didn't have
별다른
any
재능이
particular
Did they just translate this with the Google Translate with the Google voice thing? What?
talent for the
이
Woodo
때문에
school's training
방황을
methods.
거듭하다 결국
Due
우도방에
to her
접대한
struggles,
채인
she
가도방에
eventually joined the
들어가게
rival
되는데요.
school, known as the
오히려
Trado
이곳에서
School.
재능의 꽃을 피우게
It was here
되죠.
where her talents
이런
began to bloom.
그녀가 각성
As she
퀘스트를
embarks on her
진행하게
awakening
되면서
quest, she gains
내면의
profound
깨달음을
insight
얻고
into herself
다시
and
부채를
comes to
손에
wield the
쥐게
fan
됩니다.
once again.
누구와
As for whom she
만났는지,
met and what
어떤
stories
이야기가
unfolded,
펼쳐지는지는
you will discover them
역시
firsthand
각성
by
퀘스트를 직접
experiencing the
진행하면서
awakening quest
확인해
yourself.
Her awakening weapon is in the final stages of development, so we haven't prepared a full combat video yet. Instead, let me briefly explain the combat style of Awakening Maegu. Unlike Succession Woosa, she wields two fans and focuses more on melee combat, rather than manipulating wind and storm clouds. She is capable of piercing through enemies and creating powerful fiery attacks with the power of the Fox Spirit. Furthermore, by spreading both fans to unleash a burst of flames, she can inflict debuffs in a wide area of effect. While each movement skill may not cover a great distance, she has a variety of them that help her chase down enemies at remarkable speed.
Let's see.
This is the end of our updates on Awakening Woosa and Maegu. The development of Awakening Maegu is in its final stages. We are working hard to present to our adventurers a new and enjoyable gameplay. The Awakening Woosa update is scheduled to be released across all regions on May 31st. As for the Awakening Maegu, she's planned to be released in June. This is all we have prepared for today.
Wow.
From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you all for continuing to enjoy our game. We will...
This was fantastic. I love this. Oh my god, it looks so great. I can't wait for it. Honestly, guys, I can't wait for it. Subscribe, like. I will make sure to cover this for you as soon as it launches into the global labs. I'll look this into, guys. Thank you so much. I love you to death. If you want to support the stream, you know how. All the links down below. And the YouTube also, man. But yeah, guys, mwah, much love. See you soon.